Okay, so this next crucial step is to create the views that we need to be able to get the testimonials to display on the front end of your site. So typically you might want something sort of in this position here, the after entry position, or of course within the sidebar widget, or possibly even in a footer. So what we'll do is we'll create a view that can be used in those situations. I've created another testimonial here, so we've now got two in the system as well, so that I can show you a slider mechanism to alternate between the various testimonials that you might have built. So if we go back to the Toolset dashboard, to this screen here, we can see that we've got the testimonials post type, we've defined the custom fields for it, we've got our template for displaying those testimonials, and we haven't got an archive because we told it we didn't want an archive of this particular custom post type. And what we need to do now is to create a view. So when we click the Create View button, it's asking us what kind of display do we want to create. And for this particular one, I'm going to choose Display the Results as a slider, but you can see there are other options there. You can display all results, you can include pagination, and you can do custom searches for specific posts or certain criteria and so on. So we need to give this view a name, so we'll call it Testimonials View. So when we create a view for the first time, we just need to go through these various sections. So this view will display, and we have a choice: post types, yes, and testimonials is already ticked for us. Query options, we can leave that ticked. We can order them by post date or title or ID or author, and further down this list is random. And I think for testimonials it's quite good to just randomize the order. We don't need any secondary sorting here, and also I would ignore this limit and offset and the query filter. Now because we chose slider, it's on the pagination slider settings, it's defaulted to this pagination enabled with automatic Ajax transition, so it will automatically transition from one to the next. We can display one item per page. We'll show each one for 5 seconds, and it's got a fade for 500 milliseconds. So all that's fine. We can leave that exactly as it is, no problem at all. In the loop editor here, you'll notice that it's created a view template testimonials view slide. So position the cursor underneath that and then choose the content template. So it's telling us that this view's already got a content template assigned because it's created one for us. We need to assign other content template to the view, and we need to choose this option here which says assign an existing content template to this view. So once we click that option on the radio buttons there, we can choose the template for testimonials that we created earlier. And then leave that box ticked, insert the content template shortcode to the editor. So that will add the code there, and also it will, this box here is just notifying us that it's pasted the code for the content template below here. So we've got the HTML there and the CSS beneath. It's just a copy of what we created before. So we can close that box there. Now we don't want both of these here, the view template, testimonials view slide, so we'll get rid of that one because we've put our own content template in that we've already designed. And that is essentially all we need to do with this. Output editor, not messing with that. And that's essentially it. So let's save all sections there. And now, how do we bring that view into either the sidebar or the other widgets, I hear you ask? Well, let's go to our ordinary WordPress menus. We'll go to the Appearance menu and then onto Widgets. Now, I'm using a Genesis theme, so I have this widget called After Entry, and there's nothing in that at the moment. I can look for a widget called WP Views and add that to the After Entry. We'll add that there. And then it's asking me which view I would like to display there, and I want the testimonials view. So I'm not going to include a title there because I just want the testimonial to appear sort of on its own without any heading as such. So we'll save that, and then let's try refreshing this page. There we go. So it's included, that's my testimonial 2 that I entered into the system, and now it's rotating round to the first one. So let's see what happens if we move this widget from the after entry to the bottom of the sidebar. We'll go back to the Hello World post and refresh, and you can see that it all resizes very nicely. So if you decided that you didn't want it to be a slider anymore, you can go back to the view and edit your testimonials view. So within here we could add the limit and offset. We could add limit 1 items, but it's going to randomize them. So you notice sometimes when you change an option here, you don't get the option to save. And I find what it's necessary to do is to go into the text editor and just add a space, or if you've already done it once, delete that space, and then the save becomes available. So let's try that now. Okay, so it's just giving us one post there, which is great. And if I refresh the page again, it's giving us the same one, but it's random, so it will change. There we go. So you can see how useful this would be on a live site, where every time somebody loads the page, it's going to randomize and load up one of the testimonials. And that would be different for every page if you had it in a sidebar, of course, but you're free to place this widget wherever you want. So in the next final lesson on this particular tutorial, I'll show you how to create a form so that your clients could fill in the form online. The data will then come back to you, which you can approve, and then that will populate testimonials on the site for you. So all this formatting work, once you've done it once, that's it. It's a great system just to collect the data and to display it in a consistent way every time without ever having to mess about with the code ever again once you've set up these templates. So I hope you can see how you could apply this to other things on your site as well and in your business, not just testimonials. The system is incredibly versatile and really only limited by your imagination.